All right. So today we're taking it back.
Ooh.
We've been doing a lot of contemporary artists. So we're going back to Johannes Vermeer, our Dutch Baroque painter of the 17th century. And he's considered a renowned painter of the Dutch Golden Age along with Rembrandt.
Yes. Yeah. He's one of the old masters.
Yes.
What we consider.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah. The really crazy thing to me is his body of work is actually really small.
Yeah. Like what, 33, 34?
34-ish surviving, and he only made like 60. And when you compare to Rembrandt, who did hundreds of works, and we're going to get into like how that may have affected his popularity. So if you play Animal Crossing, you might recognize this painting. It's The Milkmaid, and it's just a mundane, like,
Domestic work?
yeah.
Yeah.
And he really kind of, we've talked before about how art is a snapshot into history. And I think it's true with him more than so many others, because he really kind of got the middle class existence encapsulated in his work.
You know, the really cool thing I like about his work too, and in general, is that it's like domestic stillness. There's a work, but like a quietness about it.
Yeah, I can
If that
see
makes
that.
any sense.
It totally makes sense. It's like the quiet moments that exist. I mean, there's a good chance there's kids running around screaming at the top of their lungs, but at least in that moment, there's some peace.
Yeah.
Right? Like a little bit of serene. And then you can see it again with the lace maker. She's just so into her work.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that kind of zen.
Yes. It's,
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It's very nice, quiet, relaxing. It's like when you're working, but it's you're tuned out.
Yeah, you're just in the zone.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And then here we have some emotion. This chick is laughing at something. I imagine it's a gentleman suitor who's, you know, trying to woo her, and apparently doing a pretty good job of it, because she seems pretty happy.
She seems happy, but there is still like a very nice stillness about it. It's so strange, but
And
yes.
I love his pose too, like the very cavalier,
Yeah, casual.
natural. Yeah, and it's interesting to me how we're looking at his back, but her face.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of his nose, but that's it. And I don't think that was pretty common at that point.
I don't think so either.
Especially the fact that there is a man in this painting, but he's downplayed. He's
Yes.
not the center of attention. All the
Exactly.
lights on her, he's kind of in shadow, though he does have a very nice red coat.
Yes.
But that makes it obvious he's an officer, I think, really more than anything.
Okay.
And here's the floor. You can totally see the checkered floor. And it's lady writing a letter with maid. Now, I don't know enough about that time. I think the one writing the letter is the maid, right? Like, she's got the little cap on. But also, weren't household servants not as literate?
Yeah.
Generally.
Well, yes.
So I'm kind of confused as to who is who in this. I'm sure at the time people knew instantly.
Well, yeah.
For looking back, I'm just like,
Who was?
it could go either way.
Yeah.
I
I didn't think about that actually.
The lady dictating and the maid's writing.
Yeah. She's just waiting for like her to be done.
Right, exactly. Standing at attention. I don't know. Like, interesting. Yeah, I like it though. The detail in the tablecloth
Yeah.
really does it for me. And
It's
just
the
way light-
shadows and the lights. He's a master at the lights and shadows. I don't know. It's just, it pops.
Yes.
But then you have the subtleness in between. But they're very, kind of drastic a little bit almost.
Yeah, there's a lot of contrast. And really the colors themselves are kind of muted, but not as dark as you think of like Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
Those were kind of dreary.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't give me dreary.
No, very light bright.
Yeah.
But there's obviously a lot of darkness, but yes,
Yeah.
it's still a lot of light bright. I wonder if he was using that spiffy blue lapis lazuli.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very
that.
probable. It's pretty.
yeah.
So I want to talk about this work because this is what he was like most proud of. And it's the art of painting. And it's literally a painting of a painter painting.
Yeah, I don't think people did that also back in the day.
Right. Again, the guy's back is to us.
Yeah.
And you can see the female subject, which you kind of have to, right? Like as a viewer, you feel like a voyeur in this particular.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're peeking in, like the
The curtain, yeah, you're like,
everything is it kind of like this is a sneak peek behind the scenes,
exactly,
right?
very.
This is the extras.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe that's why he was so proud of it, because it depicted his life and his work and what was important to him. Before we get into the piece de resistance, I want to touch on a theory I have as to why his body of work was relatively small.
Yeah.
His wife gave birth to 15 children. They did not all survive infancy, but dude had no time to paint. Between making the babies and raising the babies, like, it's no wonder. And nobody has made that correlation before, or at least I have not read it in any of the research. I looked at quite a few sources.
Yeah.
And nobody was like,
Oh, that was clearly the reason. I guess you can come up to your own conclusions.
So that's my working theory.
Okay, and I know that it did take him a long time to paint. So, I mean, with that and his style of painting and the attention to detail that he had,
Seems possible.
yeah, checks out.
Probably a thing, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of kids. In fact, when he passed, that's part of why they had to sell off all the assets, because his family had nothing. So like, you pay for all them kids.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, I can't even handle the one. I don't know.
It's a lot of kids.
No wonder his wife was depicted in multiple, because she
Stays working. She stays in a different frequency.
in a lot of the paintings too. So I mean,
Lord.
she must have spent half of her life like that.
Probably.
Oh. Thank you for watching this clip of Spotlight with Purple Easel.
We're art instructors at SoCal's largest paint sip studio.
Check out purpleeaselplus.com to join the largest online paint and sip community.
And you want to make sure to like, subscribe, follow, ring that bell, add to the conversation, comment below, and check out our full episodes at Purple Easel Spotlight.
We'll see you soon.